Traveling with Jesus is never what I expect. I'm always waiting for him to stand up to the Romans. That's what the Messiah came to do, right? But he never seems to have that plan. It was no different this time. We were staying in Judea, and the Pharisees started keeping a tally over how many people we baptized versus how many people John the Baptist baptized. I don't know why it was so important to them, but for some reason, they were really getting excited about it. I thought this was a perfect time for Jesus to build his following, but he didn't seem so thrilled. He told us instead that we'd be going back to Galilee, and that we'd be going straight through Samaria to get there. Okay, if Jesus wants to leave a town right when he starts getting popular, that's fine with me. He's the Messiah, I'm sure he knows what he's doing. But did he really have to take us through Samaria? Everyone knows Jews and Samaritans do not get along. They are traitors to the faith. They don't worship in Jerusalem. They worship other gods, yet they still claim to be waiting for our Messiah. My only thought was that Jesus wanted to set them straight or something. Still, I wasn't happy about our traveling route, and neither were the rest of the disciples. Well, we got to Sychar right around lunchtime, so we left Jesus waiting at a well while we went inside to get food. When we came back, he was doing something even more ridiculous. As if he had no social filters at all. He was talking to a Samaritan woman. Okay, let me just explain this for a minute. As a Hebrew man, I'm not even allowed to talk to a woman in public. Not even a Hebrew woman, not even if it's my mom or my sister. But it was so obvious that Jesus wanted to talk to her that it would have been awkward to ask why, so we just kind of waited till he was done so we could give him his food. And then, of course, he didn't want his food. He said, my food is to do the will of the one who sent me and to finish my work. That's the thing about Jesus. He doesn't always give you the answer that you expect all the time. But for whatever reason, he wasn't hungry anymore and he wanted to teach instead. He told us the harvest is ripe, and whoever reaps this harvest gains eternal life. Well, I didn't really know what that meant. But I was about to find out, because coming towards us was that woman with the entire town behind her. Now, I thought, now is when Jesus will tell them how wrong they all are. But he didn't. He was really kind to them. He talked to each one of them the way he had that woman. We stayed a whole 2 days while he taught them. I didn't know what to do. I mean, how are you supposed to act around people that you've been taught to hate your entire life? I kind of just stayed in the background. But I listened, and the questions that they asked were the same ones that I ask. And their reactions seemed just as genuine. And I started to think that this harvest that Jesus talked about, this group of people that are supposed to get eternal life, could that really include people like the Samaritans? To Jesus? It seemed like it did.